Okay, I think we're live. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning into our video today. I'm Gina, and this is Trung, and we're going to be talking a little bit about our study abroad journeys. Both of us studied abroad with AIFS, and of course, now we work together in Florence for the last 3 years. So let me tell you a little bit about me, and then we'll have Trung introduce himself. Yeah, I studied abroad in Florence, obviously, with the communications program in the summer with Cal State Fullerton. I majored in journalism.
I study with Pasadena City College in the fall semester in history and art history.
I am the head of student services in Florence. So I work with a team of student advisors to manage the day-to-day activities that happen during your program. We organize the housing and your social calendar, and we're also here to help support students on a daily basis. So really just a resource center for the students to come and ask questions, get advice on things.
I'm the program coordinator here in Florence. I work closely with Gina and the student services team to coordinate the culture activities that students do here during their time in Florence, whether it's the semester or summer program, like your trip, the day trip to Pisa, Siena, or the weekend trip to Rome or Venice.
Decided that we were going to play a little game to see kind of who knows who better.
After 3 years of working together.
Exactly. So the way that it works is we are going to ask each other, we're going to ask questions, and we're going to try and guess what the other person's response would be. So I'm going to ask a question, and then you're going to guess, what my answer would be. So you're going to write it down on the piece of paper, and then I'll write down my answer, and then we'll hold it up and see if you guessed right. So what did your parents say when you wanted to study abroad? You ready?
I think so.
Okay, you tell me what your answer is, and then I'll show you mine. Are you sure? Okay. Close. This is my dad's. How much does it cost? But the good thing is, with my school, they had scholarships that were running, and AIFS has scholarships as well. So I was able to apply for those and actually get financial aid to do.
Why did you choose Florence?
Okay. Well, my guess is this is the reason that you chose Florence was because of this.
Oh, okay. Close enough.
Yeah? What is it? Professors! That's what I said.
Professor, I think for a semester, a longer semester, the relationship with the professor is really important. Come here, really care about the students and their well-being. And, when you have that relationship, it makes it a lot better.
Your favorite activity you did as a student. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
I thought about that one. I did actually think, because I really enjoyed the Rome trip when we did it. But I don't know, like the daily stuff, I really enjoyed that. The wine tasting, we did a wine tasting day trip with my program, so that was really cool. We drove out into the countryside and got to see, all the animals and taste the wine and stuff like that. But the other thing was the soccer match that we did, because that was the first time that I had ever been to a professional sporting event. And the Italians are nuts, so they're screaming and all dressed up and shooting fireworks off in the stadium. So I really liked that.
What's my favorite food in Florence?
Oh God, I'm never gonna get this right. You eat such weird things. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Show your answers. No weird meats? No! But you're always ordering tongue and
I know. I like that kind of thing. I like that kind of thing. Roman pizza, when you go down to Rome, the pizza down there is like cracker. And you go to the shop and you fold them together.
And then you stuff the whole piece in your mouth.
For students, it's dirt cheap.
Yeah. What,
a pizza here costs €5, €7?
Yeah.
At most?
Your favorite piece of art in Florence? Okay, so I would give you a point for that because there is the statue of David in that piazza. Because that piazza they have, like, I mean, there's the statue of Cosimo, there's the statue of Neptune.
The statue where the guy was holding the head of Medusa, and you go to the back of that guy, there's another face in the back.
What? Is there?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Back of him, this head, there's another face with like wings, going in the back.
Oh, wow.
So it's one of the secrets of Florence, they say here.
I didn't know that. Okay, I'll have to go and see that. Yeah.
What's the thing that surprised you the most when you first arrived to Florence?
My answer, like the amount of people. I feel like that's what the thing that surprised you the most. It's old. Yeah, it's old.
Like when you go on your pre-departure meeting and you read about Florence in your class. I study history, so at a certain point, they will talk to you about Florence and Italy and all that.
It's going to be old. It's a Renaissance city.
Yes, that's the thing. Like it's going to be old, right? But once you're here, because I still remember we drove in taxi from the airport to my apartment and we passed by the Duomo. And when you see that thing for the first time and how massive it is and how elaborate it is, and then you realize, it was made 500 years ago. So you couldn't conceptualize it at first.
So last question. What do I miss most about Florence when I leave? I'd show me. Yes! That's like the best thing. I mean, because when you go back home to the US, when I'm here, I guess I miss driving a little bit. But when I'm home in the US, it's just so strange for me not to be, because everything's so spread out. So here, in Florence, everything is so easily reachable. Like you can walk across the entire city in 20 minutes. Yeah, there's always something different. I don't know. I feel like even like walking around the streets in my neighborhood, like there's always new things that I notice that I've never seen before. While I was in Florence, I enrolled in 2 courses, and I was able to use those units to complete my degree requirements, all while being abroad, which was great. I'd have to say probably one of the biggest benefits of studying abroad was really the hands-on experience. Florence becomes your classroom while you're here. And so I interacted with loads of different people from different cultures and different backgrounds. And it really helped me decide on what field I wanted to work in. So yeah, studying abroad had a big influence on my academic choices. It made me realize what I was passionate about. And I was able to move to Europe after I graduated and get into the field of international education.
As a student, I had the opportunity to travel to so many different countries in Europe. And before I knew it, Europe became my classroom. After Florence, I came back to Italy to attend a master in history of food and wine. When I finally applied for the position at AIFS after my master program, I was very confident with my candidacy because I knew that many companies are looking for just that, the ability and the skill to be independent as well as your experience being abroad. During the interview process, I was a lot more prepared than other candidates because I understand what it was like to be an AIFS student and a study abroad student in general. In fact, Sophie, who was my program coordinator, became a colleague, and now we're actually sitting in the same office.
So I hope that everybody enjoyed our little video, and hopefully we see some of you in Florence.